everybody. How are you guys doing today? How are you today? Are you fine? Tired? Sleepy? Great. Very good. What about the others? Everybody's fine? Good. I'm very great. Thank you for asking, Michelle. I'm a little tired. Oh, yes, me. But it's Friday. You're going to have time to rest. That's good. Okay. So, guys, as probably you guys remember, so my name is Marina. And every Friday, I'm going to be here leading our MOOC classes. So today, guys, we are going to have a very deep conversation about climate change and global warming, okay? So I expect from you, I want to hear your opinions. I want you to participate as much as you can and how you can, okay? If you want to open your microphones and, speak, feel free. If you want to use the chat as well, feel free. I just need you guys to participate because this topic is very, very important to discuss. All right, let's go. So as warm up, to start warming up our bodies and minds, I brought something to talk about. So we are going to talk about world's weather. And in recent years, we are feeling that the weather is, becoming a little crazy, Do you agree that the weather is a little bit crazy? Like sometimes it's cold and then it's hot and then it's raining, totally.
Totally, yeah.
Yeah, yesterday was an example. I don't know, I know that some of you are from Sorocaba, and I'm going to use my city as example because yesterday was pretty cold and today is really, really hot. Like, why? We are in October and yesterday was kind of freezing. And now today is very, very hot. Like, it's insane. There are so many changes in a short amount of time. That's true, Diane. It's like Belo Horizonte. Good to know, Michelle. Good to know that we are living the same experiences. So what I want you guys, Jimenez was just like that too. So we are living the same experience, probably the same moments. That's great because we know what we are talking about, right? So I want you guys to make a list of examples of strange weather happening around the globe, not just about Brazil or about your city, but around the globe, talking about Earth, talking about globally, let's say globally talking, okay? I want you to make a list of strange weather happening that, we are experiencing or we can be, seeing in the news and stuff like that, okay? Okay, most of you are already started. Let's go. You can keep going. Because I'm going to count here 2 minutes, okay? And I want you to come up with the most ideas that you can, okay? So let's see, I'm counting here 2 minutes. Go.
Do you want me to be already saying the answers?
If you want, you can.
Okay, so somebody said melting caps.
Mm-hmm.
Another one said crazy huge storms.
Okay.
Wildfire as well.
Mm-hmm.
Hurricanes.
Mm-hmm.
Then again, melting of ice caps.
Okay.
Sandstorms in Brazil.
Okay. Yeah, this is weird.
Unexpected. Yeah.
Yep.
Strong rain
Mm-hmm.
or heavy rains.
Okay.
Lots of forests setting on fire.
Okay.
Dry weather, extremely dry weather.
That's true.
Fire in California because of dry weather.
Yeah, this is common there.
Drought.
Okay. You guys have 30 seconds. Let's see what else you can come up with in 30 seconds.
Volcanoes erupting?
That's true. I have a friend that is living in an island that a volcano started erupting. My friend was like, oh my gosh.
Is that what the one that erupted like 2 days ago?
No, it was a little bit, I think it was 2 months ago.
Okay.
Was in Ilhas Canarias, you know?
Yeah.
I have a friend living there.
I think it's there that it's been happening frequently.
Yeah,
So
probably.
if I'm not mistaken, 2 days ago, there was another one.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's totally insane. Okay, good. Extreme cold in places where it's not common, yes. And not just in places that are not common, I would say that in moments of the year that is not expected. For example, here, like for example, yesterday was freezing, 2 days ago was freezing as well, and it's October. Usually we don't have this type of things in October, you know? So
winter that's not cold enough sometimes.
yes, yes. I know that Eloa was about to say something. Eloa, you want to share?
Yeah, I was thinking about that very extreme cold that happened. I think it was this July or something in United States, like Texas, and it people were like dying of cold. They were not prepared for that kind of cold.
Usually Texas doesn't have this kind of cold, and suddenly they had. That's true. Yes,
that
great.
was very concerning.
Yes, yes. If I'm not mistaken, was 2019 that in Europe had a heat wave that people in Italy started, you know, like dying because of the hot weather. Most of them were like old people, you know, elder people, because it's too hot for them. But yes, guys, very great. You brought some very specific things that we can see that is happening nowadays. Guys, I brought a video, okay? It's pretty short, you know, like 1 minute. We are going to watch it. And this video doesn't have, you know, like talking. It's more, you have a lot of things to read. So I want you to pay attention to the video, okay? If you cannot, you know, like for some reason you cannot listen, don't worry, because you don't have so much to listen to, but you have to read a lot. So pay attention to the screen, okay? And this video is going to show us how 2020 was the hottest year ever, okay? This was a research that I think was NASA that did, and they showed up that this idea was interesting to think about. Let's see, full screen here. Just let me know if you guys are listening to something, just to, you know, like to know, but if you're not, don't worry. Are you listening?
Yes.
Yes, okay. So as I said, pay attention to the video, to the screen, okay? Because this, what you're going to be listening is just a song, you know, like, but you need to read. So we start here in 2016 to 2020. Okay, it's going to stop here in the NASA logo. Nice. So Do you agree or you disagree with the video? These are 3 questions that we are going to be debating now, okay? So you guys can answer in the chat, or you can open your microphones and speak with me if you want. But I want to know what you guys think about the video. Is it true? Do you agree, disagree? What are your thoughts on that?
People are agreeing so far.
Okay, great. It's interesting. Very good. Is there someone that doesn't know the difference between climate and weather? To start this, because we are going to use these 2 terms today a lot. Do you guys know the difference? No, don't know the difference. No. Okay, nice. So I'm going to say the difference, okay? Climate, people, you are going to think in a region, and this region has a specific climate. For example, Brazil. Brazil is a tropical country. This is climate, okay? Tropical climate. So you are expected to have, for example, sun in the whole year, a lot of rain in the summer. The winter is not so, you know, like rigorous. So you don't have a lot of cold in there, or doesn't snow. And usually is related to places that is there are in the tropical line of the, you know, like of the globe. So this is climate. Climate is specific, never changes. But weather is what we experience every day. For example, yesterday the weather was cold. Okay, today the weather is hot. Okay, this is the difference between weather and climate. All right, everybody got it? Yep. Great. So when we talk about climate change or global warming, we are going to focus on the global warming today. We are going to think about the weather, okay, specifically about the weather. So is the weather different in Brazil? How different? So it is different. Yes or no, and how?
I've been noticing, like in the last decade, those extreme swings of temperature. Like this week, it started very cold and rainy and no sunshine at all.
Yes.
For today, here in Belo Horizonte, it is about to rain, but it was very hot. So these very extreme it's weird for this time of the year. It's not supposed to be like this time of the year.
Okay, great. Thanks, Eloa. This was a great contribution. That's true. Someone else wants to share how the weather is different.
I would say that it's weird that we have always heard in high school that wouldn't be able to have earthquakes or hurricanes here in Brazil. And yet this year there have been some threats of this. So everybody got really scared because of it.
Yes, that's true. That's true, because we have never suffered something like that, like happening in our country. Usually it happens in other countries, like neighbors, and we feel it, but happening here is very difficult nowadays.
Exactly.
We have to be aware of that. That's true. Thanks, Diane. Was Diane, right?
Yes.
Great. Guys, sometimes I'm good with faces, but nowadays in the pandemic, I'm becoming good at sounds. So sometimes I recognize your voices. So don't worry if sometimes I say like, is this person, right? Just because I'm trying to memorize your voices, okay? Someone else wants to share? Don't forget, it's an open discussion. You can use the chat if you want to share your ideas. I'm not going to be asking like, like for each one of you to answer, but your contribution is very important.
Marina, I think nowadays we have less rain. I think because when I was young, we have many rains for more months.
Okay.
And nowadays we have, I don't know, 3 months with raining. So
makes sense. Makes sense. That's true. That's true. My mother says the same, that when she was a child, she was like every time that, like, for example, summer was like the whole month of December raining and January raining, September rains a lot and stuff like that. Nowadays, we just have like short periods of rain. So that's true. I think it's important because the world is getting hotter. Yes, it's getting hotter for sure. Now, okay. Have you thought about the impact of coronavirus on world's temperature? Can you tell me if there is a relationship between coronavirus and global warming?
I read research that during those days that isolation were more reinforced and people were staying more at home, it was like around 2 months, the temperature fell down a little, especially in those countries like China that there is a lot of CO2 going in the atmosphere, or like I've read about some cities in the United States. I won't remember the names specifically, but the temperature fell down a little, about 1 or 2 degrees.
Interesting, very interesting.
But it was just only around the time that everybody was staying at home. Now it's all the same.
Great. Very good. Someone else heard something or read something about the impact of coronavirus in the world's temperature?
I think Flavia wants to say something.
Okay, share with me.
Yes, I'm not sure about the world climate, but in the beginning of the pandemic, I read something about the weather in Italy, that it was the country that, I don't know, first suffer with the virus. And the studies showed that like in 1 month or 2 months of isolation, the pollution drops like really hard. Like,
interesting.
Making a silly analogy, people could see the sky.
Yes.
Because there were no more cars in the streets and the industry stopped. So there were a lot of impact in the weather and in the general pollution emission. So I don't know about the world temperature or the world climate, but I read this at the beginning of the pandemic.
Okay.
The difference that it makes in Italy.
Interesting, very interesting. And I would say that they are related because pollution like makes the greenhouse effect. We are going to discuss this with teacher Rafael in the future. We are going to talk about the greenhouse effect, and the pollution just makes it, like, I would say stronger, like it makes the temperature of the globe starts raising a lot. So I think it's totally related. Let's see. People were able to see Himalaya because of the pollution. Yes, great, very good. Someone was about to say something.
Yeah, it was me. I was going to say that in some places that it's not common to see wildlife. They started going into the cities and suburban areas that it wasn't common before. So like deer and elks and around like Japan and some cities in the Europe and the United States, some rivers got cleaner because of the lack of pollution. It was the isolation was had an interesting impact on wildlife.
Interesting. I was about to remember that actually, because I remember that some news sources started showing like animals starting to, like walk through the city, and because there were no people around, so they were walking and living normally again, like, oh my gosh, this is my house again, you know, like, so yes, that's true. Someone else wants to share about the pandemic or the coronavirus and the temperature or something else that you guys remember? Andrea, I can see your microphone on. Do you want to say something?
Sorry about that.
Don't worry. Don't worry, you're not bothering you. Just because I saw your name here and I was like, probably this he wants to say something. So, okay.
Yeah, because
Nice.
I'm sorry, I was looking for the link for getting in the meeting, and
okay, don't worry.
Sorry about that.
Don't worry, don't worry. Okay, let's move on, guys. So I brought these for us. We can analyze. This is from the same source that I found the video. So in the Google Classroom, guys, I already posted everything that I used in class. So the videos and the news that I found are there. So everything that I am using as source to my class today is already there for you to see, to read if you want. So here we can see how much the temperature increased. So if you see here, we were living normally until 1880s, and then the temperature dropped a little bit, and we had a little bit of increase and then dropped again. And then we just, let's say, increased the temperature. You know, 1940 was a very specific year. Here, if you see, is very high. And then we just started increasing and didn't stop. So far, 2020 was the hottest year ever. So as you can see, we are starting to walk to a very dangerous moment of Earth's history and Earth's life. So we are going to be focusing a little bit more on that. Yeah. Oops. Just a second. What happened? I'm trying to find here. Where is? Okay. I think the link is not there, and I put it there. Where's the link? It's not here. Don't worry. Okay. Let's move on. I don't need a video because we already discussed a lot. So I brought here, guys, some, let's say, sentences. We are going to say if they are true or if they are false. Okay. We are going to use this, and I'm going to give you guys some time to work, but you guys are going to be working in groups. Okay. If you think like, but I don't know everybody here, don't worry. Okay, I'm going to put you guys, actually, Rafael, you have to do that. I cannot do that. I'm going to divide you in groups, and if you are, you know, like in a group, feel free to work with your partners. Okay, don't be like shy or afraid of something. Just work with them, because I want you guys to bring to me the answers if you are thinking it's true or if you think it's false, each one of these statements. All right. Yes. No. Rafa, can you?
Oh, some people are saying, okay.
How many people in
okay,
each group? So Rafael is going to decide that, because
we have right now 24 people. Okay.
Okay. What we can do is open random classrooms and probably allow them to, you know, like to work with different people. Probably, or they are going to meet someone that they know, probably.
Yeah. In this case, if we separate in 4, we're gonna have like about six for
Okay, great.
for each. So yes, it's good, right?
Yeah, yes, it's good. It's good.
Okay,
Let's
so it's
do
gonna
that.
be automatically. Okay, so I'm not gonna be choosing.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Okay.
All right. So I'm going to put these guys in the group for you to see. Okay, I'm going to put that in the group. Just a second.
Okay, the rooms They have been already
Just
created.
join, guys.
Yeah, just join.
Hi, Annie. Probably it's appearing for you in your screen, something to click that you are going to be moved to your class. You have to click in this button.
Also, like a tricky question.
Hey, I'm on group 2. Actually, I was accessing by my phone, so its battery ran out. Can you add me there, please?
Just a second. I'm going to ask Rafael. Rafael is coming back.
Okay.
I'm going to ask him. Hello, Guilherme. We are working on something. I know.
Marisa, I'm sorry.
Yes.
Can you wait a little bit because it takes 1 minute to everybody leave automatically the breakout room.
Okay, okay. So I'm going to wait a little bit more. 1 more minute for everybody.
The rooms
Thank
are,
you.
No problem.
they're already closed.
Okay, so people are coming.
Yeah, I think we kind of have the number we had before already.
Yeah, 26, yes.
About
It's
that. So we
almost-
had 24, so we have exactly the same number.
Great, nice. People, I know that you guys have discussed, I know that 2 groups discussed very well, had a lot of, you know, like good information and used a lot of English. That's what makes us proud to discuss. And I want all of you guys, all of you in all the rooms to tell me which statements do you think are true, if there is more than one, or if all of them are false. What do you think? What was the discussion that you guys had? For example, then statement number 1, global warming is caused by human activity, not natural environmental factors. Is true or is false for all of you?
In our group, we decided it was a tricky question.
It's a tricky question.
It's true. It's true, but human activity also human activity increased the global warming, but it is a natural occurrence.
Okay. Okay. Someone else? I saw that Igor put it here that is true. Tali said it is true. Okay. Someone else wants to share? It's true.
For me too, because
True, but not at all.
Okay, we are going to discuss this during this sections, guys. I'm going to explain you something later. Nice. So true. Okay. Global warming is not likely to impact water resources around the globe. So does global warming and water has something related? You can say, I don't know who was speaking. No.
Philo said false, I guess.
False. Okay.
Yes.
False. Very good, guys. This one I have to say, yes, I agree totally with you. Totally agree. Because we are experiencing something similar now, right? Because of the dry weather, very hot, not raining enough. We are having hydric crisis. So it's totally related. And global warming is a natural phenomenon caused by volcanoes and solar energy.
We put false and true
I think
in
it's
the
false.
same time.
False
That's-
and true.
Yeah.
That's partially true.
Partially true. Okay, explain that to me. How something can be partially true?
Because the first part of the sentence is true, but not the second.
Okay, guys, there's something that I was expecting to have in this discussion. Something that we are going to be talking, and probably, if I'm not mistaken, is teacher Rafael that is going to be talking about this with you. What is natural, guys, is greenhouse effect. Global warming is not natural, okay? Global warming is not natural. What is natural is the greenhouse effect. What is this? Do you know what is the greenhouse effect?
No.
No.
That
Greenhouse
was
effect.
my thinking, because greenhouse effect, it's a kind of warm of the globe, but not the degree that we are experiencing right now. So
Exactly. So
That's what's
global,
not-
sorry, not
no,
global.
it's okay.
The greenhouse effect, guys, é o efeito estufa. Okay, this is natural. We need this to survive. Okay, because if we didn't have the greenhouse effect, the Earth was, like going to be very cold. We couldn't have life in here. Plants, animals. We couldn't live here because it would be very, very cold. So the greenhouse effect is something that is natural. But the global warming is something that is, let's say, we are making the greenhouse effect worse. That's the problem. So when we say that the global warming is caused by human activity, yes, it is true, because we are making that. How? This is the second part. Global warming is say it.
Sorry.
Don't worry.
I think the humans make a lot of bad things, and we go in every way in the construction, something, some house, some whatever. So we use it a lot of car, a lot of things that can make the weather, I think, more hot,
Okay, yeah.
And I think like that.
Okay,
Some
great.
things.
So some things that we do, for example, pollution, as Sinara said, is making the weather hotter, right? Our days are hotter. Someone else wants to share something, how we are doing that?
I think that deforestation contributes to the global warming too, because I think the trees, I don't know, turn the weather more cool, I think.
A little bit, let's say, fresher.
Oh yeah, fresher.
Okay, yes, for sure. Have you ever gone, for example, to a street where there's no trees in a neighborhood? There are a lot of trees. You can feel it. One is very hot, the one that doesn't have enough trees, and the other one that has a lot of trees is fresher. That's true. Cool. Let's talk about the second one, that are the two that we could discuss today. So global warming is likely to impact water resources around the globe. Why? Why is it likely? What is the relationship between global warming and water?
Well, I think that the bigger impact has been in the raining process. So most of the time it doesn't rain, and when it does rain, it rains a lot, and then it causes a lot of problems, and this brings drought. So we don't really have enough water for survive in the future. We may not have enough water to survive in the future.
Yes, true. Yes, very good, very good. Someone else, you guys can use the chat as well, guys. If you want to share something, feel free to write it.
The global warming is affecting the balance point of the natural water cycle. So we have much less rain. And as Diana said, when it rains too much at the same
Yeah.
time. So the earth doesn't absorb the water. So it causes a
Yeah.
lot of damage to everything. And
Yes.
especially cities and places that are not prepared to receive that much water at the same time. But
Mhm.
also that balance that is affected, it since it's too hot, there is not weather appropriate to the water to condensate and come down as rain.
Mm-hmm. Yes, very good, Ella, very good. This what you said about the water cycle is important because that's true. When it rains a lot, for example, these days that sorry, that were raining a lot, I could see, like a lot of water, like flowing on the streets, but they were not being absorbed, like for anything. So we were like, let's say, losing this water. We are not going to use it as a resource that we could use for, like cleaning, taking showers and stuff like that. So
I'm actually working on a project that's based on that idea. That's the green roof. Have you heard of green roofs?
I have
working
heard
on a
already.
project involving green roofs on college.
Nice. Very good.
Really, really nice.
That's really, really nice. Yes, I feel like when I talk about green roofs to other people, I feel very excited because it's something that is very simple and nobody like thought about it for real. So nowadays we are investing more time and technologies and money in that. So I think it's going to be very awesome if we could have something like that. Like
I really,
working.
really hope, I'm sorry.
Don't worry, you can say.
I was going to say that I really, really hope that these kinds of projects take off because it's so important, and it would make our weather in cities much more enjoyable to live.
Yes, they would be very sustainable for every part of our lives, right? So amazing.
Yeah.
Very good, guys. Very good. Guys, our time is running out. We are already with 3 minutes. So don't forget to fill the attendance form. I just want to read here what Hayani said. She said, global warming influences the level of oceans, sorry. Yes. So it's something that we are struggling a lot nowadays with the levels of the seas. So guys, I hope you have enjoyed this conversation today. Next week, we are going to, on Tuesday, we are going to have another topic, all of them talking about climate change and global warming. So come prepared to class, always pay attention to the Google Classroom. And before you guys leave, don't forget to fill the forms. And just something that I want to show you, I created an activity that I am very excited to see if you guys can do it. So I'm going to show you and explain how it's going to work. So I want you to create a pamphlet to raise awareness about climate change. How, teacher? You can do it the way that you prefer. You can do it by your own, okay, alone, or you can make it on 2 groups of 4, okay? So if you want to make with a pair, a trio, or a group of 4, you can. If you have friends here, like taking the same course with you, you can make in groups. Just let me know. If you're doing groups, like write the name of all of people that are doing together. And the folder or the pamphlet must be very simple, but eye-catching. So it needs to, like call attention of people. And I brought here some examples that you can use as inspiration. Okay, so I have here these 2 examples if you want to take a look. All right,
Marina,
guys,
I'm so sorry.
Yes.
Can you tell me where the attendance form is?
Just a second. Rafael, where did you put it?
It's in the chat.
In the chat, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
I
it's in
can't
the
see
chat.
it because I was a little late. So could you copy and paste again, please?
It's there again.
Okay. Very good, guys. So don't forget to take it. Flavia, do you want to ask a question?
Yes, just two small things. First, you
Mhm.
said next week will be Tuesday or Tuesday
And then we have,
Friday?
yeah, it's Tuesday and Friday. So Tuesday is with teacher Rafael, Friday is with me, okay?
Okay, great. And another question is related to the attendance, like if I can people still join the group or it's closed?
I think you can. I think you can. I just have to see here something. Can I? Yes, I can. I'm going to send you the link to join the group in the WhatsApp, okay? Because there we have a lot of things that you can use, you know, the link for the Google Classroom, the link for classes. So every information that you need is there. So join the group, okay?
Okay, thank you.
No problem. Okay, guys, thanks for coming. Great weekend for you. See you guys next Tuesday.
Have a good weekend.
Thank you. Bye-bye, guys.
Bye-bye, guys.
Bye.
See you on
Have a nice
Tuesday.
weekend.
Bye-bye.
You too.
Bye-bye. Thank you, guys.
Bye bye.
Bye-bye.